Okay, now we are going to dive into REST API. So we are going to log in to our Trailhead playground. Let me do that from here, hands on orgs, and I'm going to launch my developer beginner. We are actually on developer intermediate, but we can just keep using our developer beginner Trailhead for the trails. Okay, so here we are going to log into the Workbench here to do some play around. So in order to log into Workbench, you would need to know your username and password, right? That's why I launched my playground. So I can go to here, setup and users. I just want to see my username. I think my password I know, but if you don't know, you have to reset your password first. So I'm going to go to my users. On here, my user is student resourceful raccoon. So if you don't know if you haven't reset your password yet, just click on here and then reset password, which will guide you through the steps of resetting your password for your username so you can log into Workbench. Okay, so student at resourceful raccoon. So Workbench, and I'm just gonna click this guy here, agree, and I'm going to log in with Salesforce. Oh, it already knows, so I'm gonna hit allow. Cool. So now we are going to go to utilities and REST Explorer because we are going to play around with REST, right? I'm gonna crank up the font here so maybe you can see better. Okay, back to our trail. I'm gonna close the other stuff here that we don't need. Keep this one open. Okay, first off, we want to describe the account object. So we have logged in. So on here, the REST Explorer, you can do a GET request, a POST request, put, patch, delete, head. So we are going to use the GET request to describe the account object. Let's go ahead and try that on. So we can copy this services, data, and then account describe, and change the VXX with our own version, which is 47.0. Okay, I'm gonna paste there, change this 47.0, and I'm going to hit execute. Here we see the account metadata, the account object metadata. So you can play around with this and see what you want to do with the data retrieved. You can click on a folder and you have more. You can also click the show raw response. Here you have the raw response, right? And you can decide what you want with the response you have and work on it on your own code when you're developing your app. All right, let's go back to the trail. So we've done that. Next, we've done the show raw response. Next, we are going to actually change the header. If I go here and hit headers here, it's application JSON. We can also do XML if I want that. Boom. Now the response is in XML format. So this is for your own preference. However you want to code, however you want to parse the data that is being returned from Salesforce in your application development, you can use JSON or you can use XML, whichever suits you better. Okay. So we have tried that part, and then we are going to try to create an account. So to do that, we go to post request. Okay, we are going to post to the account object. So I'm going to copy this and then change to version 47. I'm going to copy this here, back to my workbench, change this to my current version 47, and then it's going to be a post, and then we have to put the body, right? What are you going to post? So you are going to copy this, which the account record that we are going to create, new account 1, shipping city is San Francisco. Okay, now we are going to execute this, and that will create a new account. See, it's created here, as you see. So now if you go to here and you go to your accounts, this is our Trailhead playground, right? Accounts, we should have a new one, which is called new account 1. There we have it. So that's how you can create accounts and do DML, or data manipulation, through your own codes. You do a post request, right? And then you can do whatever you need there. Okay, that's pretty much it. Now we can also execute a SOQL query. We can do a query here. Let's try this guy. So if I copy here, and a query would be what? A get, right? Because we're getting something. So I'm going to change that to a get request here. And boom. Change this to 47. And hit execute. There. Now, we only have one. This is the result here. So say, oh, I don't like this XML. I prefer JSON because I can parse it easier. And go to your headers or in your code, simply change that to JSON and execute. Now you can have that. See? Pretty cool, right? Okay, so that's depending on your preference. That's pretty much it. And then we have a Node.js and Ruby examples, which we are not going to go through together. But feel free to do that on your own if you want to. Let's do the hands-on challenge together. Now, create an account using REST API and Workbench, which we just did. Using REST API and Workbench, create an account with the name Blackbeard's Grog Emporium. And the description, the finest grog in the 7 seas. Let's do that. So we are going to post, right? So the name is this, and then description of the account, the finest grog in the 7 seas. That should be easy. Right. And I want JSON. Execute. Boom. Oh, method not allowed. Wait. Oh, this is the wrong URL. Let's get the post, the account creation here. I'm going to copy this one because we were trying to query it, right? So go back here, boom, change this to 47. So make sure you do that and execute. There, we have one. Errors, nothing. Success, true. And just double check if I refresh this guy. Blackbeard's Grog Emporium. Nice. There. Details. We have the description. The finest grog in the 7 seas. So there we have it. So it's pretty much a really high overview, right? What can you do with this now? Not much. So all of this is just an overview of how REST API work, SOAP API work, Bulk API work. But to get a hang of it, how you're actually going to use it in real world app development, you will need to actually create a real app. Otherwise, this is pretty much, you can't do anything with this, but just to know how things work. So I hope this helps you get a better, clear understanding on how REST API work. But then to actually click in your head, we need to get development going. After we finish the whole developer intermediate, I want to start develop something, and we're not going to bother to go to developer advanced. That's more of security and stuff, but we want to get hands-on first. All right, so before I talk too much, let's get the challenge point, 500 points, and I'll see you on the next one, which is the SOAP API. All right, bada bing, bada boom. Hit that subscribe button and explore new Trailhead grounds and learn to implement the most useful and popular apps on the Salesforce App Exchange. And do yourself a favor, like this video, and you'll be surprised on how much more you understand when watching this same video after liking it. Don't take my word. Watch this one more time after you like the video and see it for yourself. Bada bing, bada boom.